Okay. I've been trying to convince myself to do this for a while. So I'm going to do it this way because fuck it. So Warhammer 40k because fuck it, wrestling's dead to me. I may make a video about that at some point, but wrestling's dead to me. For right now, at least. I'm done with wrestling for a while. Um, where should it go? What direction does it need to go in versus the direction it's definitely going in? So, what we know is Angron's returning, and if they have any brains at all, they'll do it. They'll have him return to Armageddon. Then we get this Arcs of Omen thing. Azrael is going to cross the Rubicon. Presumably Dante is going to cross the Rubicon. And the assumption is the lion returns. Yes, that should definitely be the thing. The lion should be the next return, purely because you know where he is. You don't have to do anything fancy with the lion. You know where he is. He's taking a nap. You just have to have his alarm clock finally go off. 10,000 years, motherfucker. You slept long enough. Wakey, wakey, motherfucker. After that, also Vastor, who is very cool and should definitely play a major role going forward. After that, 10th edition. What do they do with 10th edition? Well, the way I see it, three things need to happen in 10th edition. One, Dark Mechanic is range. That's number one, because Vastor sets this up perfectly. At least a sect of Dark Mechanic that follow him. Also, Calbar Hall, if he's still alive, need to be the hero model that's kind of the centerpiece of the range. Because I imagine Vastor just going to get put into the Demon Codex. But either way. Two, Fulgrim needs to return to complete the Monogod Primarchs, pretty much. So, imagine Fulgrim taking the place of Angron, where he comes out at the end of 10th edition, so 2 to 3 years from now, probably. And 3, a Fallen range. Like full on, the Fallen get a range with Luthor their centerpiece. That should also happen. So yes, it's very much a chaosy edition. But that's the point. It'll also help fill the Chaos Space Marine Codex since they're losing Death Guard, Thousand Suns, World Eaters, and Emperor's Children to their own codexes. The Fallen having their own range will help fill that out a bit. Also, for the Imperium, I think some more Grey Knights would be nice. Full Dark Angels range refresh. Full Blood Angels range refresh. Both of those seem to be in the cards, so good. That leaves you Space Wolves, basically. To be honest, Space Wolves, save them for 11th edition. That's fine. I'll wait another however long. After that, oh yeah, Xenos. A second wave for the Leagues of Votan would be nice. Fill some gaps in that army, please. Um, a second wave of Eldar. Give us some more of the Aspect Warriors in plastic. Dark Eldar could use some stuff. Ideally, an Azrael Vect model would be nice, yes. More Necron characters, please. Specifically, Imhotep and Krazen. I want them. Yes. But I don't want to fuck with Resin because Resin is annoying. So, yeah. Um, I think Sisters of Science Range is an 11th edition thing. So, put that on to the side for now. Tyranids Reign refresh is definitely needed. Which that seemed to be what's going to happen. Beyond that, some more orc characters would be nice. And just more option for the orcs in general. But, meh. Also more Chaos Knights. Like what we got recently. Because those were fucking cool, and I want more of them. Moving on, the next big story thing. I think you need to finally bring back Constantine Valdor. Have him come back, because that makes sense to me. So, Valdor needs to return. And I think he could be the big, like, character to return sort of at the beginning of 11th. So the idea then, also for Gilliman is on Sanctus side, and the line would stay on Nihilist side, and basically they'd be doing their own things, not really interacting. And the Lion's fighting Fulgrim, and Gilliman is dealing with Angeron. That's sort of the direction I want this to go in. And Valdor shows up and is like, hey, I'm back. And he goes off to shore up the defenses on Terra. Because he kind of knows, like, we're not winning. It's only a matter of time, so I'm going to go do this. Then we would move in, then you can move into 11th edition. Now, 11th edition, I think two big things need to happen in 11th. Space Wolf range refresh, Sisters of Silence range. Those are the two for me. If I'm running it, those are the two things I put the focus on. Now, Sisters of Silence can have their own army book, or you can just wrap them in with Talons of the Emperor. Because either way works. As for the Space Wolves range refresh, that would be the big addition ender, and it would come with Lehman Russ. His return. Sort of fitting into that rumor that popped up on Reddit around the time of 8th edition. Took them a while, but they get there. That's what I think is happening here. So Lehman Russ, end of 11th, beginning of 12th probably. But yeah, beyond that, I don't know. Again, all the same thing can apply if they don't happen in 10th. After that, to be honest, you could probably stagnate for several editions and be fine. I don't think anyone would complain if you just wanted to kind of stagnate the lore for a while and just have small progressions here and there. The Iron Hands probably need a proper range finally. The White Scars, Salamanders, Raven Guard, Imperial Fist could all use ranges. They would likely come with their Primarchs. Same thing for the Iron Warriors and Word Bearers. and possibly Night Lords and Alpha Legion. So whenever their Primarchs will come out, that's when you do that. If it's me, 12th edition, the big Primarch return is Lehman Ross. And there are no other Primarchs in that edition because, I mean, Loyalists just draw numbers or works. And Lehman is just off to go fuck shit up, basically. And one of his main goals is to finish what he started with Magnus. But, bleh. Also, he absolutely hates the Inquisition. With a passion. And will absolutely refuse to work with any Inquisitor that shows up. And will just murder any Inquisitor that shows up because fuck them. So, there's that. And then, end of 12, beginning of 13, and then 12 would end, and 13th edition would see the return of Lolgar and Corvus Corax. Because those two, in my mind, are tied together permanently. So, those two come back. And now Lolgar is kind of taking up command of everything. And you can have a whole campaign around it. That'll also lead to Argotol, Erebus getting new models, which will be nice. After that, 13th edition would be the return of 14th edition would be the turn of Jagatai Khan. And the fall of Kamarog. Death to the Dark Eldar. Death to them. So there's your White Scars range. 15th edition, the return of Vulcan. And your Salamanders range. 16th edition. Then it's the return of Perturabo and Rogel Dorn. And everything that goes with that. So Iron Wars and Imperial Fist get their ranges. Also somewhere in there you'd have Death Watch. After that you would have the return of Conrad Cursed, the resurrection of Conrad Cursed, and then the return of whichever one is still alive between Alpharis and Omegon. It does not matter. In terms of story, it does not matter because odds are they're never going to know the difference anyway. And then after that, you go from there. Because I don't know what you do after the Primarch's return. Also, Exodite Eldar. At some point, their Exodite Eldar come out. As would probably more Tau stuff, though I don't know what you do with the Tau, to be honest. There'd probably be a lot of things I'm not even thinking of because, I'll be honest, my 40k knowledge, there are still massive gaps in it. So, yeah. Oh, and Trader Guard would be in there somewhere as well. Trader Guard, probably. If Dark Mech are 10th, Trader Guard would be 11th, 12th. Probably 13th edition. If we go by the pattern, which means that Eldar would be 12th edition. Yeah, that makes sense. Sure. The only other big thing then would be Legion of the Damned getting a proper range. And there you could have Ferrus Manus in some form at least. Da 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 da. what else? Basically, what I would want then is kind of for a thing to go into like War of the Primarchs, pretty much. And the lore kind of focus around the various Primarchs and what they're doing. Or at least the various Primarch level characters and what they're doing. And everything else kind of go into the background a bit. And this is where you start killing characters off to me. So, Calgar, Harkin World Claimer, some Space Wolves can die. Some Dark Angels can die. They have too many of the goddamn characters. There aren't that many Chaos characters, so less of them. Dante could finally die if you want. I don't want that, but you could do it. Grimnar could die. And we can make Ragnar Chapter Master. I wouldn't be mad at that, to be honest. Even though I am a Space Wolf player and I do like Logan Grimnar. He's been around forever. If you kill him off, I wouldn't be too mad about it. Emotech would probably get killed at some point, I imagine. Can we kill off some of the Tau? Yes. Shadow Sun can die. I don't care. I don't care for the Tau, personally. Just, I don't. So that entire faction could go extinct and I wouldn't be too upset about it. The Dark Eldar, same thing. You could wipe that entire faction off the map. I wouldn't care. Or, to be honest, you could say that about any Eldar faction. I'd only be somewhat interested in the Exodites because Space Elves on dinosaurs. Beyond that, can we get some more minor Xenos empires, please? Like, you've given us the squats. Keep going. Yes? Some Primaris Death Watch would be nice. At some point. Give us some more successor chapters that have actual models. So, like, basically what I want is more of, like, Gabriel Seth or Helbrecht or even, what's his face? Pedro Cantor from the Crimson Fist. I want more like that where those have a character to them. So, for example, the Nova Marines. Give them a character. The Sons of Medusa. The Storm Heralds. Take your fucking pick. You have over 1,000 of the motherfuckers. Also, make some of the more interesting ones like the Minotaurs and the Carcharodons. Proper character models. That's just something I would do personally. I mean, if you're going to have over 1,000 Space Marines, fucking take advantage of that. You're going to have 1,000 chapters of Space Marine. Take fucking advantage. Jesus. Is there anything else? Not really. I guess that's it. I mean, I could talk about my end time scenario, but I don't think anyone wants to hear that. So, yeah, I'm done. Ta-ta.